Okay guys, so what I'm going to talk about next is self-myofascial release, okay? Which is a fancy term for self-massage. Now I've got two tools. I've got a foam roller and I've got a lacrosse ball. Okay, that's a live. I've got three tools. I've also got my hands, okay? All these are really good ways of performing self-massage, so massage on yourself, okay? In order to alleviate any tightness, in order to get rid of any knots, and in order to increase blood flow to certain areas, okay? So having tight muscles and knots in the muscles is going to restrict your movement, it's going to cause tightness, it's going to limit your range of motion, okay? So it's a really good recovery method and also a really good way of preparing for a session ahead, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is look at the foam roller. So like with any type of massage, what you want to do is you want to put pressure onto a specific point, okay, or a trigger point. So I'm going to start off with the lower back, okay, my long spine. So I'm going to press the foam roller in the small of my back, come up onto my feet. I'm going to take all the weight off the floor, hips come up, hands across the chest. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time just rolling like a rolling pin up and down my lower back. Now for me, my lower back is particularly quite tight, so this is quite uncomfortable. But I'm really going to spend some time manipulating that area and trying to massage out those knots. Okay, I'm going to go through it in a little bit of quick time here, but you really need to spend some time focusing on that area. And then I'm going to roll up the back, keeping the roller where it is, using my feet to shuffle forward and backwards. Okay, again going up to the upper back, this time putting all that pressure onto the upper back. Another good spot to do, guys, while I'm here is my lats. Again, I've got quite tight lats, so working on the lats, so your wings and your back. Okay, I'm going to come up, take all my weight up off the floor and apply that pressure onto the lats. Again, that is particularly quite tight for me. And what I do then is I will do the other side as well, okay? But moving on, as we've covered the back, the lower back and the upper back and the lats, I'm then going to move on to my glute, okay? So my bum. So again, another quite tight area for a lot of people. So again, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put as much pressure onto that area as I can, bringing that foot across the knee and really spending some time manipulating that area. Okay, that's actually quite tight as well. From the bum then, guys, I'm going to work my way down. I'm going to go down onto the IT band. So the IT band is the outside of the leg, the thigh, okay? Again, this is particularly a tight area for the majority of people. So starting at the hip, I'm going to put all my weight up onto this right foot. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time just rolling, okay, working down towards the knee. Again, that's quite tight for me, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time just manipulating that area. So from the hip down to the knee, once I've done that, I'm then going to roll over onto my front, okay? I'll change legs for this to make it easy for you to see. But I'm going to go onto my quad, okay? So the front of the leg. Again, I'm raising all my weight, putting all my pressure onto that quad, okay? So I'm up, I'm using my feet, my toes to shuffle backwards, my hands and my elbows to try and put as much pressure onto that quad as possible, okay? Working down again from the hip down to the knee. Now it takes a little bit of getting used to, okay? Just working on your balance, finding out how to put pressure into certain areas. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes, okay? Like anything. So that's the quads, the fronts of the legs. We're also going to do a bit of work on the calves. Okay, so again, I'm going to start off at the top of the ankle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put as much pressure onto this area as possible. So I'm going to come up onto my hands, place all my weight onto that single calf. If that's too much pain for you, which it is for some people, guys, you can do 2 calves at a time, okay? But if you can bear it, just bring all your weight up onto that single leg and work your way up from the back of the ankle up towards that knee, okay? Using your hands to shuffle forward, and if you find that area of tightness, just spend a little bit of time manipulating it, okay? Now if you're struggling to get into certain areas with the foam roller, we've also got a lacrosse ball. what this does is it localizes it even further. Okay, so if I particularly got a tight glute, for example, I can place that ball directly under that glute, and I'm doing exactly the same thing, but that is focusing on a much more local area. Okay, so that's really getting into the glute there, into the bum cheek. Again, an area which a lot of people find tightness in. Small little rotations, little movements, like so. Again, I mentioned I've got tight lats, so I like to do this on the lats as well. So, ball's down on the floor, I'm just going to place it in between the ground and my lat, try and put as much pressure as I can. This time I don't need to come up on my hips, because that's hurting me quite significantly already. Okay, and again, once you find the area, spend a little bit of time just working on it, okay? It is going to cause you a little bit of pain, but it should be bearable. Another really good area to use a lacrosse ball is the feet. Okay, so the feet, you've got your nerve endings. Nerves run all the way up your body, send signals to the spine. Okay, a lot of people have also got tightness in the feet. We don't use our feet as much as we should as humans these days. We wear shoes, we wear trainers, ladies wear high heels. Okay, causes a lot of tightness in the arch of your foot. So I'm going to place the ball below my foot and put all that pressure onto the foot. Okay, I'll show you from the side. And basically I'm trying to grasp that ball with my toes. So I'm opening and closing the foot, the arch of the foot. Okay guys, so two tools there. We've got the foam roller and we've got the lacrosse ball. Really good tools for helping you perform self-myofascial release or self-massage, and recovering from your workouts and also preparing for them as well. Train smart, eat clean, keep it simple.